All right. So who is this for? From the storage capacity providing side, we are targeting both home stakers and professional service providers. So for home stakers, for example, we're thinking about consumer grade hardware. We want anyone to be able to spin up a node, join the network, and offer storage capacity for sale. But for the people who happen to have a data center and they want to provide their entire cluster, well, we want to support those people as well. So from the consumer side, who is going to be using the storage capacity in the network? Again, it basically comes in two categories. There are the decentralized applications, so the decentralized Dropboxes and the YouTubes and whatever you want to build, basically dApps who need data stored in a decentralized way. But on the other hand, it's also very useful as a backbone for other infrastructure projects. We're thinking about archives for blockchain, transaction blobs, data availability layers, deep in telemetry, you name it. Anything that you might want stored in a decentralized fashion, we want to be there to support it. How's that? All right. Okay, so I will briefly talk you through a happy weather flow of an Archivist storage contract. So, how that works. There are many details we're skipping over, but this is the big picture. So, there is a network of Archivist nodes, and we split them for convenience into two groups. We have one color that is the host nodes, and they're the client nodes of a different color. And the hosts, they have storage capacity that they wish to sell. And there is a client who has some data that it would like to store in the network. So the steps go as follows. The client splits the data into several pieces and applies erasure coding to this data. The way that works is that if you have, like, say, 3 pieces of original data, you use erasure coding, then you have 6. And as long as you can retrieve any 3 of these 6 pieces, you can always reconstruct the original data. So this adds some durability to the data right from the start. The client then posts a storage request on chain, and this request specifies the data that is to be stored and for how long the contract runs, for how long it should be stored, the price that the client will pay for this service. Now, these host nodes over here, they will be monitoring the chain, and they have been pre-configured to determine automatically which storage requests are suitable for them. So they notice this request on chain and they compare it to their configuration and they figure out, like, does this fit with the capacity I have and the duration I want to work for, and does it pay enough to be worthwhile? And let's say in this case that these hosts, they decide, yes, this contract works for me. They decide that they want to enter into this contract. So then they automatically download pieces of this data. And once they have the data, they use it to generate an initial proof of storage. They post the proof of storage with collateral on chain. And once they have done that, they have entered into this contract for this client. They basically committed to storing this data for the duration of the contract. Should they fail to do that for that duration, then their collateral can be slashed and their piece of the contract can become vacant and other hosts can kick them out and take their spot. So they're incentivized to maintain the data and to periodically submit proof so that they don't get slashed and they don't get replaced. The replacement of the host, should any of them fail, relies on this parity data, on being able to reconstruct this data from smaller pieces that we talked about earlier. During the contract, the hosts will maintain the data in the network, and so the client can join the network and retrieve the data at any time. Sometime later, when the contract is finished, the hosts will be able to retrieve their collateral, and they'll also be able to retrieve the reward, the payment for the services rendered. So that is a simple example of how an archivist storage contract would work.
You can go to our main website, which is at archivist.storage. Right now, it's just a static landing page. Hopefully, we'll update that to be a little bit more flashy. You can get started running a node using the docs.archivist.storage link. Also, feel free to join our Discord for reaching out to us personally at discord.archivist.storage. Let us know. My DMs are open. Everybody is reachable. Just add us on Twitter or hit us up in Discord if you need help running a node or if you have more questions as a developer, as a prospective user, or even as an investor. Thanks.